Ron DeSantis is using emergency power to go ahead and get that property. But as of this morning, negotiations into buying the land from Miami-Dade and Collier County continues. So this is going to be the state's largest immigration detention facility. It's going to sit at an abandoned airfield in the Everglades. And just like you mentioned, construction has already started. It could be up and running as soon as next month. But when it's all said and done, it's going to be able to house 5,000 undocumented migrants from across the country, and they're going to be living in heavy-duty tents and trailers.
No doubt an expensive project when you're talking about building there in the Everglades or anywhere. Let's talk about the price, Christy. How much and who is going to pick up the tab on this?
Well, this is something that we've really been digging deeper into, is just finding out how much this is going to cost. And according to the Department of Homeland Security, Alligator Alcatraz is coming with a price tag of $450 million a year. But here's the thing. Those funds could largely be reimbursed due to a FEMA fund that was previously being used to shelter undocumented migrants. Now, this plan has been coming with a lot of pushback from environmentalists who are concerned about the conservation of the Everglades, but it's also getting some pushback from immigration advocates who say they're worried that Congress hasn't set aside the funding for this project, and they're also worried that the living conditions at Alligator Alcatraz are going to be inhumane. Well, this morning, the death investigation into Ramil Pierre's death continues, and I do want to warn you the details of this case are very disturbing. If you go ahead and take a look at your screen, you can see video from that scene yesterday. That's where investigators say his body was found inside his home on Bedford Drive near Fort Pierce. It was a school resource officer that actually requested a welfare check after the child had been absent from Samuel S. Gaines Academy. The sheriff's office tells us the boy may have been dead since May 18th, which would be about 12 days. Now, at a press conference, the sheriff's office said the mother, who is 41-year-old Rhonda Polynice, was being told by God to exorcise demons from her son's body. She's also accused of trying to preserve his body, and she has been charged with second-degree murder as well as a slew of other charges. This morning, the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club, his name is Will Armstead, says Ramil was actually one of their kids last year and over the summer. They went ahead and released this statement saying in part, quote, "We are deeply saddened at the Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County by the tragic loss of a child in our community taken in an unthinkable act by someone who was meant to protect them. This kind of tragedy leaves a lasting impact on everyone who knew and loved this young life." Now, there is an autopsy that has been scheduled. We also know that his mother is going to be making her first court appearance. That is going to be this morning. We're going to be there. We're going to bring you the latest, so make sure you stay with us on air and online. So our crews have been out here for several days, just listening to so many of you, the drivers, who tell us that you're kind of worried about this upcoming construction project because this intersection is going to be closed for 8 days starting next month. And I got to say, my photographer and I have been out here for a while, and we actually kind of had to change locations to figure out where we wanted to set up because there is so much traffic. I mean, it's 6:02 on a Saturday morning, so I can't even imagine what this is going to be like during rush hour during the week. But FDOT says that there are 4 detour options, but the thing is, those detours could add about 30 miles to your commute, maybe even an hour. And the drivers that we spoke to say it's going to be devastating for them.
My personal business is going to be a disaster. It's going to take these people 2 to 3 hours to get here and get home.
Yeah, so that's a business owner around this area. So here's the thing. If you have anything you want to talk about, there's going to be a meeting about this upcoming construction project on Tuesday, and you can express your concerns. The Indian Trail Improvement District, they're going to be the ones that are holding this emergency meeting. We do have info for you on that meeting on our website, and we also have all of the detour information for you. So just go ahead and go to WPTV.com. Employee from Paradise Care Cottages here in Port St. Lucie tells us a lot of the people that live here are low income. So finding a place to live, but also finding a place to live that's affordable is going to be a really big challenge for some of these residents. Now, we were able to get our hands on this letter right here. This is what was sent to residents, and it's basically saying that they need to be out by August 5th And this is their 45-day notice of that. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, what's going to happen to this facility? Well, we're told by that employee it's going to be turned into a drug rehabilitation center. So this morning, we're pressing for answers. I've already reached out to the facility administrator. I am waiting to hear back. Also hoping to talk to residents to find out how they're going to navigate through all of this, because now they're having to find a new place to live, and they got about 45 days to do that.
Hey, and listen, Christy, thank you for that update.